Hello, how you doing? My name is Ken Avis. I'm with the ProMedia Group, and our company helps companies like HDR try to find interactive technology and tools that help you do your business better, conduct meetings better, and presentations better. So today we're actually going to talk about the smartboard interactive whiteboard. So just like it sounds, the smartboard is essentially a whiteboard that allows you to capture and save all of your annotations. You have no limit to the amount of pages or whiteboard space you can have, and you're not required to delete or remove this information as you go through it. So you can see I can have as many whiteboard pages as I like, can advance from slide to slide. And then at the end of the meeting or at the conclusion, we can go back and review any of the pages that we need to take a look at. So the nice thing about this, because it is connected to your computer, you're not limited to just a whiteboard function. So basically any program that you want to open or manipulate, you can do with just a touch of your finger. You don't have to go back to your computer or worry about any kind of remote control. So basically you become an interactive touchscreen. One of the most common things you do with your computer in a meeting is you may go to your company website or maybe one of your customers' websites and try to get information together. And one of the nice things about this is I can simply annotate over this in order to highlight some information. And the time that I do that, I can actually capture this information and save it to my notebook file right alongside my whiteboard notes. You can see we saved the images right after our page 3 of information. So fundamentally, when I talk about the whiteboard, get a new page here, there's 3 features that we highlight, which you've already seen demonstrated. Touch, write, and save. So again, just to reiterate, my finger becomes my left mouse click. I can minimize images. I can go to different websites. One of the most important things that the smartboard software will let you do is save all of your information that you gathered during your meeting or during your presentation. Very simple to do that. Just go to the File command and go to Send to Mail Recipient as a PDF. And this will allow you to just go ahead and type in the email addresses of the attendees, and they'll all receive a PDF document of all the slides that we just created. Another great tool to use with a smartboard is PowerPoint. We know that many presentations we do involve PowerPoint, and the smartboard allows us to add a little more life to our PowerPoint presentation. Fundamentally, the navigation with the PowerPoint is very simple. All I have to do is tap the board once and to the right, we can advance our slides. So we can continue through our process that way. It doesn't matter anywhere on the board that I want to tap to advance the slides, so we're not anchored to one position on the screen, but we can go ahead and advance from any place we want. The other thing that's really nice in the smartboard is that I can regress or go backwards in my slides just by tapping once and to the left, and allows me to navigate very simply through my PowerPoint, so if we're doing a review or whatever we want to accomplish. The other great tool, again, we know this is a whiteboard, so we can make annotations. So we may have a slide that has a lot of information on it, so if we need to draw someone's attention to a specific point on that slide, it becomes very easy to do that. Now, once I have those annotations, there's 2 different ways that I can save those notes. One way is I can save those ink notes right onto the PowerPoint slide, or I can take the whole slide and add that over to my notebook file. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Save Ink Notes. And as we progress through our presentation, we complete our presentation, we'll end the show, we'll go back to our notebook file, and we'll see we actually have that page right alongside the notes that we made previously. So this becomes a great tool at the end of our presentation if we want to conduct a review of the information that we talked about. So you also want to explore some very practical ways using a smartboard, some ways that can help you in your business. Another way that was real popular, we actually did with the Tampa office at HDR, is we used the portable smartboard and actually took the presentation to the board commissioners to do the presentation on site with the smartboard. And some of the things they're able to do, obviously, navigate the PowerPoint slide, which you're already familiar with, And then the graphics that come up, some of the graphics here have to be activated by a press, so you have complete control over that and actually make a nice presentation to your audience. So the other thing that they were able to do is they were able to annotate and make notations about certain things on the slide to draw their attention to the subject they were talking about right at that time. One of the nice things about using multimedia inside your PowerPoint with a smartboard, it becomes very easy to manipulate that media. If I need to pause it so I can focus on some of the information right here and just tap it again to restart it. As I advance to the next slide, we'll see some 3D animations, and the same rule applies. This will play through. If a question comes up, we need to pause that information. We just tap it to pause it, tap it again to let it continue through its animation. So specifically, we can use animations in a more complete way by going right to the Smart Video Player, and we can run that annotation right inside the video player. So as I start the animation, you'll see it start to be created and come up from the ground up. But here's the nice thing about this. When I pick up the pen, I can program the smartboard to pause that animation. So at this point, I can outline some information about this annotation or highlight, focus at a certain point. When I put the pen back, the animation will resume and the annotations that I created will fade away just like it would on a live video. So again, you'll see as the video is complete, pick up the pen, pause it, make annotations, and as a second step to that, we can actually capture an image of that over to our smartboard notes to review at the end of the meeting. So again, smartboard works well with PowerPoint, and then when you integrate the multimedia, it really gives a lot of power to your presentation. Finally, in order to move forward and to make progress, a lot of companies have decided to connect multiple locations and multiple offices, especially implementing using the smartboards. So there's two basic ways that we're going to be able to accomplish that. The one way that we can connect would be with a web conference, and this will allow you to connect the smartboard through the internet and along the same time with the conference call and share that data from both sides. Perhaps a more effective way of doing this would be with a high-definition video conference system. And when you use this video conference system to share your data becomes whatever's on the smartboard. So that way you're seeing a side-by-side image of the presenter on one side, and then you'll have the smartboard data on the other side. And that way your far side image will see exactly what's going on in that room. You can connect to one person or 20 people, different locations. And more you'll find that with a company that has multiple offices, they may have experts in different locations around the country, and this will enable them to work together as a team as if they're in the same office. I appreciate your time and have a great conference.